To a video where I said, for every man that says my wife doesn't want to touch me anymore, there's a woman hiding in a closet to change her clothes. And I've got thousands of women saying, yep, totally. Well, for me, it was the bathroom. When I had to lock the door to the bathroom because he would try to barge in if he thought I was naked. Now, me personally, I didn't actually have a closet, but I had a little corner of the room where if he came in, he wouldn't immediately see me. One of the few memories I still have left from my marriage, I have a huge bruise on the side of my leg where I bumped into the bed, rushing to get around the corner to hide from him. Got probably 100 men angry and frustrated and questioning and denying and reacting to this. This is not only brand new information, it is offensive to them. This natural trauma response of their wife is bad behavior to these men. It's something she's doing to him. They're not asking, what am I doing to make my wife feel so unsafe? They're scolding and berating her for feeling unsafe. There's something wrong with her. It has nothing to do with me. Even though she didn't always feel that way, it happened very slowly over time. So slowly, in fact, that she doesn't even understand why she feels that way. But let me tell you, the correlation is in the objectification of your wife. When you treat your wife like a piece of meat, like a toy that belongs to you, that you get to play with, she feels degraded and used. She doesn't feel loved, honored, and cherished anymore. The more you do this, the more you become a stranger to her. And it doesn't take long for her nervous system to stop recognizing you as a safe, known person to her. The natural result of objectification is to feel like a stranger. So even after 20 years of marriage, you're no different than the random guy at the gas station who wants to hit on her and then tries to follow her home. You're a creep. And she doesn't want you. So knock it off. Treat her with respect. Pretend you like her as a human being, and not just a warm, soft body for you to touch and play with.
Man, I'm happy to hear women speaking on topics like this because this is a part where, this is like one of those type of stories where men can learn a lot from this and other women as well. Because I personally never thought of it like that. You know what I'm saying? But when you think about coercion, or I don't know how you say that word, coercion, you're always trying to correct me when it comes to this type of shit. But when it comes to that, that is considered, assault. Let's just say that. SA. Like, if you gotta constantly convince somebody that don't want to do something to do something, just because she's your wife, doesn't mean she owes you this. And I'm happy to hear women speaking on this because as a man, as a young man growing up, you understand, now you start to understand, like, okay, cool. You don't want your woman to grow old not saying she old, but y'all get what I'm saying. You don't want them to get older and then realize, like, oh, my woman don't want me no more. And I think this will answer a lot of questions to men. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of women was in the comment section speaking on this, talking about how they feel the same way, and they don't look at their husbands the same anymore. They don't even want to be touched by their husbands. And I think it's educational for the husbands because a lot of them walk around not understanding why their wives are acting this way. But what are y'all thoughts when it comes to those type of things? What do you think?
I think if you don't put effort into the relationship anymore, you shouldn't be rewarded with intercourse. And it seems like in this situation with her husband isn't putting in effort. So it's like, you're no better than a stranger, like she said. I'm not
Right.
going to give you something. If I don't feel valued, I'm not going to want to sleep with you. I don't want to be with someone that is treating me like a stranger.
Yeah, I think that's what most people don't realize is when they're in a relationship, they just feel, especially marriage, because once they feel like they got you, I think they just forget that you got to continue to work in that relationship. You got to continue to keep chasing, and I don't know how to explain. I don't want to say you got to chase, but you got to keep. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, y'all can't just let that flame die. Like, once you get somebody, you still got to do the exact same things that you were doing before you were with that person to keep them engaged and wanting you, desiring you. It's like getting in a relationship, for example, and you're in great shape, and you're working out every day, you eating good every day, and you're doing all of this just to impress this woman that you met that's also working out every day, eating good every day. And then once you get her, you just completely change. You say, you know what? I don't. I'm gonna stop caring about my health. I already got it. I'm just gonna pick up the big gut. I'm gonna lose all my. Well, we're gonna lose our hair regardless. You know what I'm saying? But you get in those situations, then you wonder why your wife starts to look at you, or your partner in general because it can go vice versa. They start to look at you differently. They start to feel like, I'm not into this person no more. They're not doing what they used to do to court me. You stop courting your woman and your man in your relationships, and y'all wonder why the cheating starts to happen. But what are y'all thoughts when it comes to this messy family? Have you ever been in a situation, or fellas, I know it can go both ways at the end of the day. Have you ever been in a similar situation like this where you feel like you lost interest in your partner over time? And what did you do to solve it? Let us know in the comment section below. But if you're interested in following this creator, check out the description box below.